Without the FEDORA Prize, it would have been a much harder and longer journey.
Without the support of organisations like FEDORA, that kind of work just isn't possible.
Well, I think especially because it's a prize that's given in advance of the production, something that's quite powerful about that is that it's a gesture of confidence.
It gives us actually the courage that what we are doing is good.
It's been a great advocacy for the project.
It's about that, is to support, to go deeper in what we want to do, you know, to achieve things that can touch people.
It is amazing that it's helped us a lot.
It's a way for people who love opera dance to be actively involved in the artistic process.
It's about the renewal of this art form and how artists can tackle our society's questions and dilemmas.
Opera and dance need to reach new audiences, and if we get this creative collaboration right, there's a real chance to renew these art forms.
We can help the art field to become more relevant, to engage with a new, wider audience.
L'initiative privée est fondamentale. L'idée est de faire émerger de nouveaux talents en Europe.
It was a unique way of looking at cultural support, to really support creations and new creations that were in the making, so before they were even launched.
I was intrigued about the opportunity to shape something together. We thought that digital innovation will have and could have a significant impact. I think it's a wonderful way in order to make things more exciting and, on the other hand, also increase the reach.
We believe that the performing arts offer important pathways for everyone in our society to be part of a community, to interact with peers and offer new ways of expressing one's feeling in an encouraging environment.
We are exactly on the same page in terms of trying to get people wherever they are and with whatever effort we can bring them into realizing their ambition.
My hope for the future is that emerging artists will continue to develop their curiosity, their creativity, and develop new ways of expression, new storytelling that will inspire us and that will move audiences also in the future. Your Excellencies, Madam the Italian Ambassador to France and Mr. the German Ambassador to France, who are with us this evening, dear members and guests, it is a great pleasure and honor to welcome you all here at the Palais Garnier for our FEDORA Prizes award ceremony, and we are delighted to also welcome our online audience who is following this ceremony online thanks to the partnership with Vialma. And we will open this special event with an honorary welcome address from our wonderful host, Alexander Neff, the General Director of the Paris National Opera.
Merci Edilia. Madame l'ambassadrice d'Italie en France, chère Emanuela D'Alessandro, Monsieur l'ambassadeur de l'Allemagne en France, lieber Hans-Dieter Lukas, chers collègues, dear colleagues, directors of opera and dance companies from all over Europe, mesdames et messieurs, ladies and gentlemen, chers amis, the Paris Opera is delighted to welcome FEDORA's European community of philanthropists, cultural organizations, and international artists to celebrate the winners of the FEDORA Prizes Biennale 2023 here at the Palais Garnier. Encounters like these nurture the cross-fertilization of ideas and collaborations among creators, performers, producers, and funders on an international level. It is important for us to encourage innovation in opera and dance through artistic exchanges, digital transformation, and the circulation of outstanding new pieces that will push the art form forward and achieve social impact. The Paris Opera shares this commitment in its two performance venues, the Palais Garnier and the Opéra Bastille. We are dedicated to providing the best working conditions for our artistic, technical, and administrative teams, to creating space for creation in our season program, to the development of emerging artists and artistic education through our academy program and our ballet school, to co-producing works on a regular basis with our international partners, and to traveling with our artists to reach audiences abroad. For example, next month, the ballet will travel to Korea for performances of Giselle. Together with the AROP, the Association of Friends and Major Donors of the Paris Opera, it is our honor to host this award ceremony as it is here, where FEDORA, the European Circle of Philanthropists of Opera and Dance, was first initiated by Rolf Liebermann and successfully relaunched 10 years ago under the presidency of Jérôme-François Ziznis, who I thank for his remarkable vision and dedication, and I also want to say a thank you to Edilia Gens, who never thanks herself, for her extraordinary leadership. We are looking forward to tonight's showcasing of impactful European artistic projects. Their excellence, power of innovation, and inventiveness prove that opera and dance are as vibrant and cutting edge as ever and can contribute to inspiring, lasting societal change. I wish you all a wonderful evening, first with the ceremony and then with our soirée Balanchine, performed by les étoiles, les premiers danseurs, premières danseuses, et le corps de ballet de l'Opéra National de Paris. Two wonderful choreographies by Georges Balanchine, created 30 years apart. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alexander Neff, and I'm happy now to leave the floor to our president, Jérôme-François Ziznis, the initiator of the FEDORA prizes.
Madame l'ambassadrice d'Italie, cara Emanuela d'Alessandro, Monsieur l'ambassadeur d'Allemagne, Hans-Dieter Lucas, Mesdames et Messieurs les directeurs, chers amis, permettez-moi d'abord de remercier pour sa merveilleuse hospitalité et son exceptionnelle générosité le directeur de l'Opéra national de Paris. Je voudrais également dire à l'AROP, l'Association pour le rayonnement de l'Opéra de Paris, toute notre reconnaissance. Aux côtés d'Alexandre Neff, le président Jean-Laurent Bonafé et le directeur Jean-Yves Cassède de l'AROP œuvrent pour le renouvellement des créations à l'Opéra de Paris. C'est également le cas de FEDORA. FEDORA est né de la volonté de l'AROP et de l'Opéra de Paris. Elle a été fondée il y a 30 ans par Rolf Liebermann et recréée, si je puis dire, il y a 10 ans, à l'initiative de l'Opéra de Paris et de l'AROP. Au cours de ces 10 années, nous avons favorisé l'émergence d'œuvres lyriques et chorégraphiques innovantes dans un esprit de dialogue interculturel européen, d'inclusion sociale, d'innovation numérique. Et nous avons aussi contribué au renouvellement des publics et au développement de nouveaux modes de financement pour l'opéra et la danse. C'est notamment le cas de la plateforme européenne, la plateforme digitale, très généreusement financée depuis 5 ans par la Commission européenne, créant ainsi de nouveaux liens entre le public et des œuvres lyriques innovantes, lyriques et chorégraphiques, naturellement. Nous tenons à en remercier chaleureusement les responsables de Creative Europe qui sont ici ce soir, et je remercie tout particulièrement Madame Maria Gabriel, commissaire européen à l'innovation, à la recherche, à la culture, à l'éducation et à la jeunesse, représentée ce soir par Madame Lauriane Bertrand, d'avoir choisi FEDORA pour aider au développement des arts lyriques et chorégraphiques en Europe. En cette année du 10e anniversaire de FEDORA, nous concentrons notre attention sur les 4 prix que nous avons créés en hommage à Rolf Liebermann, avec le combien précieux soutien de nos sponsors. La maison Van Cleef & Arpels pour le prix chorégraphique, Kearney pour le prix digital, Carlara International pour le prix de l'éducation et The Silver Company, nouveau mécène de notre prix lyrique. Nous saluons également nos donateurs particuliers et entreprises, l'extraordinaire travail de sélection réalisé par nos jurys d'experts internationaux, ainsi que l'engagement des membres de notre conseil d'administration et de l'équipe de FEDORA, réunis autour de notre directrice Edilia Gans. Et maintenant, je vous propose de découvrir ensemble les nouveaux lauréats.
Merci beaucoup. As our president just mentioned, tonight we are celebrating the winners of the FEDORA prizes and also FEDORA's 10-year anniversary since its relaunch. And together with our branding agency Landor & Fitch, we have created a tribute to the past winners who are part of this story over the last decade that we are going to discover together. And as our president said, this work could not reach the stage thanks to the sponsorship of our prize sponsors and the incredibly important support also from the European Commission and the Creative Europe program. And we're delighted to welcome all our special guests from Brussels. And it is my pleasure now to hand over to you, Lauriane Bertrand, member of the cabinet of Maria Gabriel at the European Commissioner of Innovation, Research, Culture, Education and Youth.
Thank you. Excellences, Monsieur le directeur général de l'Opéra national de Paris, Madame la directrice de FEDORA, chère Edilia, Mesdames et Messieurs, la commissaire européenne en charge de la recherche, de l'innovation, de l'éducation, de la culture et de la jeunesse, Maria Gabriel, regrette de ne pouvoir être présente ce soir. Elle m'a chargée de prononcer quelques mots en son nom. 21 projets récompensés, 2000 artistes et créatifs impliqués dans les projets lauréats, plus de 650 représentations dans 25 pays et plus de 500 000 spectateurs ayant assisté aux représentations des lauréats des prix FEDORA depuis 10 ans. Ces chiffres disent tout de l'engagement de FEDORA pour mettre en lumière les nouveaux talents de l'opéra et de la danse, mais aussi pour toucher de nouveaux publics. Si toute cérémonie de remise de prix est un point d'orgue pour les récipiendaires distingués, la présente cérémonie est un moment tout particulier de célébration, en ce qu'il consacre le 10e anniversaire de l'initiative et tout le chemin parcouru. Par son action, FEDORA offre visibilité et soutien aux artistes. C'est une contribution concrète apportée au renouveau des secteurs de la culture et de la création en Europe. Je me réjouis du fait que pour la deuxième fois, FEDORA ait été sélectionnée pour bénéficier d'un soutien européen. À ce titre, la plateforme recevra 2 millions d'euros du programme Europe Créative pour poursuivre ce travail remarquable. Ma commissaire, Maria Gabriel, accorde la plus grande importance à la contribution apportée par les professionnels des secteurs culturels et créatifs à nos sociétés. C'est la raison pour laquelle nous avons lancé, en octobre 2022, une nouvelle action intitulée « Culture Moves Europe ». Il s'agit du plus grand programme de mobilité de l'Union européenne pour les artistes et les professionnels de la culture. C'est un peu l'Erasmus de la culture. Je vous invite tous à l'utiliser. Pour finir, je voudrais féliciter chaleureusement tous les lauréats et candidats, ainsi que FEDORA à l'occasion de son anniversaire. Merci à tous d'être une source d'inspiration et de joie.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. And we will now start with announcing this year's Audience Award, which will be presented by Jean-Yves Cassed, Secretary General of FEDORA, who is also the Director of the AROP and the Director of Development and Philanthropy of the Paris National Opera.
Edilia m'a suggéré de faire mon intervention en anglais. Je crois que c'est sa seule faute. C'est une erreur de parcours, mais je vais essayer d'assumer. Good evening, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. As you have heard from our president, one of FEDORA's mission is to reach new and international audiences through interactive participation. FEDORA's ambition is to fulfill this objective starts at the beginning of the artistic creation process to create awareness about what it takes to bring an opera or dance project to the stage. It is a collaborative journey between professionals with different backgrounds who come together. After a successful crowdfunding campaign last autumn, FEDORA encouraged the nominees of the FEDORA prizes to mobilize the generosity of international donors with an average age of 44, which is very young. Over the past 10 days, the nominees had the chance to federate their communities and followers once more to generate votes for their projects on the FEDORA platform. For the first time, the FEDORA Audience Award comes with 10,000 euros of financial support thanks to the co-funding of Creative Europe and the gift of two donors, Cecilia Eros and Yannick Villemain, who we thank for their generosity. The voting phase concluded today at noon, and we are happy to announce that the project that received the most public votes is, là il y a un suspense terrible, Swans Volume 2 on tour led by Poznan Opera House in Poland. So congratulations for the Poznan Opera House with movement workshops, dance performances and international tours created together with blind and visually impaired people. This education project aims at making the great classics more accessible. So congratulations to Poznan Opera House and the artistic team who are following us online.
Thank you very much, Jean-Yves, and a great congratulations to the team. As the timer ended today at noon, it was impossible to get a flight to be here at 6, but we are sending out great congratulations to the artistic team in Poland. We will now start with the announcement of the winners of the FEDORA prizes, and we will start with the digital prize category. I am now joined by Dr. Kai Engel, who is partner and managing director at Carney Dach, with whom we created the digital prize 3 years ago, and we're very grateful for the support of Carney, and who is joined by our wonderful jury chair, Peter Manura, who's been also part of this journey since the start, who helps with an excellent jury to select the lucky winner. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's really an honor for a German to speak here in Palais Garnier. I feel so. To announce the winner of the FEDORA Digital Prize, who was created with Carney together. So what is the Digital Prize all about, right? What is behind the Digital Prize in Opera and Dance? It should encourage artistic renewal through digital experimentation. It should advocate for new ways of access to opera and dance through digital innovation, and drives exploration of new channels to interact with audiences through digital tools on and also beyond the stage. So, as Idilia said, there were one of the other events in the past, so we have so far the 3rd edition, so 3 editions are behind us, and we are very happy as Carney to see that the prizes are cutting-edge creations which really use new innovative digital technology to overcome existing boundaries you're all aware about in opera and dance, which also accelerated to a certain extent the necessary interdisciplinary dialogue and the sharing of best practices in between the performing arts on the one hand, but on the other hand also the technology sector, and showed significant potential to inspire inspire among us here in the room, but also industrial and all other stakeholders of our society in order to drive change, because they showcase what is possible today already and what might be of common sense tomorrow. So in order to do everything right, this prize is delivered in collaboration with the IMZ, right, the International Music and Media Center, and an independent jury expert panel chaired by Peter as director of the IMZ, which is then a guarantee to a certain extent to a professional evaluation and selection process. That's very important. So Peter, please tell us about the nominated projects.
Thanks, Kai. So I gather I'm the guarantor now. That's a heavy burden. But as Adelia said, I've been lucky enough to chair this prize since its inception in 2019. And it's been really noticeable that the standard of the applications has really increased. Folks, there's a sea change going on. What was at the edge is now moving to the centre. And the exciting thing is that people risk more. As human beings, we talk about risk, but we're often very risk averse. But by Jove, in the digital prize, people risk. So, from a strong field, there are 3 shortlisted projects from Montpellier and La Belle France and the Opéra Orchestre National de Montpellier, there's Séisme or Earthquake, an immersive project which looks at our relationship with our fragile earth. Now, very sadly, and I can't pass this moment without remarking on the tragedy in Turkey and in Syria, our thoughts and prayers are with all those who have lost lives, livelihoods, and loved ones. But this project actually does something very delicate, and through music, vibrations, interactive flooring, it asks the audience to now consider something which we will agree is very important, which is our relationship with the ground that we walk on. Now, from the UK and Britain's Peers Arts, the Sound Voice Project is a series of immersive digital opera installations exploring voice and identity and what happens when we lose our voice. It's quite a shocking thought to think about in the middle of an opera house, actually. And what's exciting about it is the interdisciplinary partners in healthcare and biomedical research and people with lived experience of voice loss who have participated in it. From Germany and Stiftung Staatstheater Augsburg comes a single-player VR game based on Schoenberg's monodrama Erwartung, expectation. A young woman is stumbling through a dark wood looking for her lover. And this, what will happen next? And this is the first ever VR opera game. So the player can embody its heroine and interact with her challenges in completely new ways. So, what did we choose? It was, of course, a difficult decision. Actually, it really was. People always say that, but it was a difficult decision. And we have chosen the project that we felt was based on a unique and innovative collaboration between very different disciplines and provided a thought-provoking and profoundly moving insight into a life-changing condition which mostly goes unseen and unheard. Kai.
Thank you, Peter. I got the envelope. I will open it now. And the winner is the Sound Voice project led by Britain Peers Arts and Sound Voice.
We now welcome to the stage. We now welcome to the stage to receive this prize Hannah Conway, Catherine Wilds, Carol Barnfield, and Dr. Thomas Moore representing Britain Peers Arts and Sound Voice.
So you have more space here. So it's, wonderful.
We will now hear a few words from Hannah Conway, composer and artistic director of Sound Voice.
Thank you. It's always nice being first up, isn't it, on these things? Thank you so much, Peter. Thank you, Dr. Kai Engel and Kearney, the sponsor for this lovely honour tonight. I'm speaking, of course, on behalf of my wonderful colleagues, Caro Barnfield from Britain Peers Arts, and Catherine Wilde and Thomas Moores, who are my fellow directors at Sound Voice. We'd really like to particularly thank all the performers who have lived experience of voice loss, who've worked with us over many, many years to create and tell their stories and perform these works. They've performed with such honesty and vulnerability and with such heart, so we really thank them. We're particularly thrilled that this work, which platforms both professional voices but also non-professional voices, is being celebrated tonight. And it's a work that really truly demonstrates that when you place the arts and artists at the centre of interdisciplinary work, it is the catalyst for innovation, cross-sector, and change in thinking and change in practice. This piece has been a huge passion project right from the start for all of us, really, and at its core are stories and voices that we never hear, particularly in the land of opera. These are voices that are changed, often beyond recognition. They're voices that are damaged, and some voices that barely exist anymore at all. And the piece is a real combination of both the limitations of voice, but also the beautiful possibilities of voice. We want it to be seen by as many people as possible. So, if you would like us to bring this piece to you and your audiences and your community, please come and speak to us tonight. But finally, I invite you to think about your own voices tonight. Think about the assumptions that you make about someone as soon as they open their mouth. Think about the judgments that people tonight will make about you as soon as you open your mouth. About your background, your experience, your education. Think about the voices that you most treasure. Think about the voices that are now lost. Think about how you use your voice when you sit down to dinner tonight, how you listen to those people around you, and ask yourself which voices are invited to take part in the conversation. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and congratulations to the winning team. We will now continue with the Education Prize category that was created 1 year before the Digital Prize, so we're going back in history, and we will now see an introduction. And it's with great pleasure that I welcome to the stage Maître Alban Cural, who is partner at Carlara International, and who we're very grateful to, as well as to his partner associé who are with us today, this evening, for their generous support of this Education Prize, and Bernard Faucroul, the chair of the Education Jury, who helps make the tough decision what project generates the most important social impact. Go ahead.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What a joy to celebrate 10 years of impact of a truthfully European organization that vigorously inspires intercultural dialogue and social integration. It has been said the last 10 years have been astonishing. Mark my word, future will be even more brighter. We at Carlara International are thrilled to see how the FEDORA Education Prize have been unceasingly advocating for new access to opera and dance. while encouraging the involvement of local communities and underprivileged audiences to boost social emotional learning, mutual understanding, and, of course, respect in today's society. Joining forces with FEDORA and becoming the sponsor of the FEDORA Education Prize was an evident choice for us at Carrara International because, well, the prize links innovative artistic projects that support social inclusion with new audiences and supports emerging talents whose ideas and creative work are an inspiration at soul. We're honored to sponsor the prize that is brought by FEDORA in collaboration with Reseo. We are very grateful to the jury chair, Bernard Faucroul, and all the jury members for their dedication and their time and expertise in selecting wonderful and very high standards projects. We'll now hear from Bernard, who will present the nominees of the FEDORA Education Prize.
Thank you very much, Alban. Yeah, all the projects involved in this edition of the FEDORA Education Prize encourage social integration and intercultural dialogue in many ways. The jury was very happy to see the diversity of topics that were tackled by the projects this year. Empowerment of young people living in challenging circumstances, social and artistic integration of blind and virtually impaired people, and the accessibility of culture by exploring new participatory formats. All these topics are among the priorities that our society needs to focus on. The Collective Modes Visionary Project, Eine Winterreise, in collaboration with the Lille Opera, is based on Schubert's masterwork and will be developed by creative artists in collaboration with spaces of confinement and prisoners. The Poznan Opera House, already announced tonight as the winner of the Audience Prize, is committed to promoting dance as an embodied experience in Swans Volume 2. And Garsington Opera has the big ambition to build bridges and connect cultures and people from several Middle East countries and European countries through opera with Dawn to Dusk. These three nominated projects are tangible examples of how artists and audiences can come together and interact to make a world a better place through dance and opera. After a long discussion, the jury selected one project that stood out for its strong focus on research and interdisciplinary mediation. We believe that the innovative elements which compose the project, both from a social and a creative perspective, will generate a great impact on the future of opera and society.
Well, without further much ado, the winner of the FEDORA Education Prize is Eine Winterreise, led by Le Collectif Meute, France.
Congratulations to the winning team, we are very happy to welcome to the stage Sarah Thierry, Claire Pasquier, and Gilles Mortillo, and we'll be hearing from you, Sarah, more about the project.
Good evening. Bonsoir. Quand on a commencé à travailler sur Eine Winterreise, on n'avait pas trop d'idées dans quoi on se lançait. On est un peu parti bille en tête, comme ça, sur le chemin de la création. Et puis, heureusement qu'on est un peu jeune et fringant. Plus trop maintenant, mais en tout cas à l'époque, oui, parce que ce chemin de la création est vraiment semé d'embûches. La complexité et la lourdeur, bien entendu, de travailler avec des milieux fermés. Le temps nécessaire aussi à ancrer véritablement un projet dans un territoire. Et puis encore, l'équilibre fragile d'un parcours de création. Et pourtant, aujourd'hui, on ne changerait rien du tout. Eine Winterreise, ça a été une aventure artistique et humaine absolument hors du commun. On a rencontré des gens absolument fabuleux. C'est un parcours qui nous surprend tous les jours, qui est joyeux et absolument enthousiasmant. Alors merci beaucoup au jury d'avoir récompensé notre engagement à faire du parcours de création un endroit de partage des savoirs. Merci beaucoup à FEDORA et à Carlala International, le sponsor. Merci beaucoup Alban pour ce prix qui va nous permettre de voir les choses en encore plus grand et de donner un écrin majestueux aux créations des participants et des participantes. Pour elles, merci, et merci pour nous aussi un petit peu. Merci aux équipes de fous qui, comme nous, ont rêvé ce parcours et ce projet. Christia Oudzi, Karim Garbi et Quentin Manfroy, qui ne sont pas là avec nous, mais qui sont nos compagnons de route tous les jours. L'Opéra de Lille, bien entendu, notre coproducteur, et plus particulièrement Caroline Sonrier, Sabine Revers et Cyril Céasso, qui sont des complices infatigables et qui sont toujours confiants, même quand nous, on en manque un peu de confiance. Catherine Bellow, Callum Given, toutes les équipes de Britain Peers Arts et les détenus du centre pénitentiaire de Warren Hill avec qui nous avons débuté ce parcours, Sandrine Roquins et Marjolaine Labelle, ainsi que toutes les équipes de la maison d'arrêt de Sequedin et de l'EPSM de l'Oise qui ont soulevé des montagnes pour qu'on puisse aller dans leurs institutions pourtant plutôt fermées. Et bien entendu, on remercie toutes celles et ceux qui ont répondu présents lors de cette campagne de financement participatif et pour le prix du public. Nous, cet enthousiasme, ça nous a donné des ailes. L'une des participantes de ce projet nous a un jour dit qu'elle espérait que l'art s'affranchisse de son grand A et aille à la rencontre des citoyens et des citoyennes. On espère sincèrement que ce projet saura répondre à ce défi. En tout cas, avec le collectif Meute, on va continuer à casser les barrières et les frontières physiques et psychiques. Merci beaucoup.
Congratulations to the winning team. And we will now continue to our wonderful dance prize category, which is sponsored by Van Cleef & Arpels since the very, very beginning. And here is a little film. We're very, very grateful for the valuable support of the Maison Van Cleef & Arpels and of Opera Europa, and especially also to Nicholas Spain, former director of Opera Europa, who helped us build this prize, and of course Karen Stone, who's with us this evening as well. I'm happy now to welcome here on the podium Magali Jalot, who's the General Director of Van Cleef & Arpels France, and Ingrid Lorentzen, our wonderful jury chair, who helped select the best project.
Merci, Edilia. Ingrid. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. To complement its perpetual quest for excellence over the decades, Van Cleef & Arpels has drawn boundless inspiration from dance. The art of ballet imparts an aura of poetry and elegance into the Maison high jewelry pieces and feminine figures, always delicate and captured in motion. Throughout its history, the Maison has maintained ties with the world of dance. And now, through Dance Reflection Project, Van Cleef & Arpels aims to raise the general public awareness of the history and the culture of dance, and it also encourages innovation in the field of choreographic creation, particularly via its partnership with the FEDORA philanthropic community. Since 2015, the annual FEDORA Van Cleef & Arpels Prize for Ballet rewards each year the excellence and inventiveness of a new piece. Together with FEDORA, we share the same values. We encourage the new generation of talent, we nourish contemporary creation, and we also promote international collaboration, creativity, transmission, social integration, and intercultural dialogue. We are very grateful to Opera Europa, with jury chair Ingrid Lorenzen, and of course all the jury members for selecting projects with a sense of wonder. So now we will hear from Ingrid Lorenzen, who will introduce the nominees of the FEDORA and Van Cleef & Arpels Dance Prize.
This year, the projects come from all over Europe and present a diverse panel of themes. They offer opportunities of dialogue and reflection on relevant topics. The French-Italian project Overdance of Fondazione Nazionale dell'Arte Balletto, led by Angela Pleshlukash and Rashid Uramdan, addresses the theme of the body transforming with age, which profoundly questions the criteria of beauty and virtuosity. Mont Ventoux is a project inspired by philosopher Petrarch's Ascent of Mont Ventoux, in which the Corsia collective from Spain seeks answers from the human past in order to answer a challenge of the 21st century humanity. Composer series. Nico Muli takes the form of a 2-week celebration of the relationship between contemporary composers with exceptional choreographers to create new tasks, new works, to premiere at Sadler's Wells Theatre in the United Kingdom. When looking more closely at the nominees, the jury here found they bring new stories and topics to our attention, and through them broaden the art form, exploring the known and the unknown. The winning project has been selected by this jury for its strong artistic vision and impactful theme, as well as its ambition to empower emerging dancers and its capacity to reach a wider audience on an international level.
Yes, thank you. So, we are very proud to support the winner of FEDORA and Van Cleef & Arpels Prize for Dance, which is Mont Ventoux, led by Corsia.
Congratulations to Corsia, and we are happy to have with us this evening to receive this prize Mattia Russo, Antonio Di Rosa, Giuseppe D'Agostino, and Agnes Lopez Rio. Congratulations.
Voilà. Bonsoir tout le monde. How nice to be here with all of you. We are very excited and grateful to have come this far and to receive this prestigious prize. This is not only important for our next creation Mont Ventoux, but also for a future of collective like Corsia, where each project is a continued growth for all of us. We wanted to thank all the people who believe in our work, in this and in the future project, who give the opportunity to grow as individuals and as a collective. José Martinez is among us tonight, and it was one of the first people who support and give us the chance to express ourselves as choreographer for the very beginning in Compañía Nacional de Danza. Thank you, José. We deeply thank you, the jury of this prize, and Van Cleef and Arpels and Opera Europa for believing in dance and continue to support it. Thank you, it's really important for us. And all our co-producers who have confidence in us, and of course, thank you to all people who work with us, our production, dancer, collaborator, friend, and family. You always help us in our crazy ideas. So let's continue dancing. Corsia. Thank you. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much for being with us tonight and for your wonderful words. Congratulations to the incredible work you're doing. We cannot wait to come see your premiere. Last but not least, we come to also our historic Opera Prize category with a special announcement. And I'm very happy to announce that we have, as our president mentioned, a new sponsor who has taken on the sponsorship of this special prize category, which is represented tonight by Stefan Agropoulos, the Silver Company. Thank you for your incredible support, and I'm happy that you will be joining on the podium together with Birgitta Svenden, who is the jury chair and who has helped select the best project, and who is also the former general and artistic director of Royal Swedish Opera in Stockholm.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Edilia. And it's very well made, this presentation, and everyone has been really on time, so I still have 20 minutes to fill it up until you get a glass of champagne. So Silver Company and myself, we are very proud and very happy to sponsor this FEDORA Opera Prize, as it means for us, as it stands also for reimagining how opera is going to be in the future. It's important, we think, that the art renews itself, and we are delighted to encourage the rethinking of how opera is going to be created, produced, and delivered. Our joint efforts allow experimental creations and new narratives by promising emerging artists to reach the stage and the international audiences too. But it's not only on stage that you can find opera. Opera resonates also with our times. Talked about voices, body, dance, music, libretto, story. All this is also important, and in our everyday life, we do share, and opera does appeal, to our humanity, and contributes also to enrich our relationship with others. That's exactly what the FEDORA Opera Prize is meant to do, and also contributes to anchoring this in our everyday life. The process was conducted with professionalism and rigor. I think we had the most impressive and independent jury of experts. Aren't they beautiful? And all this was headed by the unique, dazzling, most exquisite Birgitta Svenden.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for that incredibly generous presentation. I would, as Stefan said, we're obviously very good with keeping the time. So I just would like to add a few words because Mr. Miura actually mentioned the word risks, taking a risk. And I think we could all consider all these projects a risk-taking. But thank you to FEDORA and to all you sponsors and to all of you creative people here today. We are allowed to take those risks. And I think that's something that we should be very proud of. And to be able to celebrate 10 years of the FEDORA Prize is incredible. So thank you very much for that. The selected projects represent compelling emergence of innovation and creativity led by opera companies, festivals, and promising artists. These, I have to say, it's a little bit hard to see anything here. I will do like this. These innovative works tackle a variety of topics, such as our relationship with the planet, gender representation, parenthood, and political crisis. They represent a new hope for the future of opera. Out of 3 initial nominees, Façon tragique de tuer une femme by Théâtre de Bof du Nord saw itself obliged to withdraw due to the postponement of their premiere, which was outside of the eligibility period for the competition. Both the Shell Trial by Dutch National Opera and Here and There Untold by O Festival, Festival for Opera, Music and Theatre in the Netherlands, take a strong stand while addressing the social, cultural, and environmental challenges of today through new narratives for tomorrow's audiences. The winning project has been selected for its precious contribution to the field of opera and its efforts in reaching out to wider and younger audiences and impacting different communities locally. We are very much looking forward to seeing this creation come to life on stage and what the future holds for these talented emerging artists. And I think, Stefan, you have the envelope.
I think you have the name.
But I have the name. Exactly. So the
winner is?
The winner is Here and There Untold, led by O Festival for Opera, Music and Theatre. Congratulations.
A huge congratulations to the winning team with us, Rajiv Bhagwalji, Guy Coulin and Alex Ho, the composer, to receive the prize. Congratulations. Congratulations, and we will now hear from Guy Coulin and Alex Ho a word about the project.
Thank you very much. As Artistic Director of the O Festival, I'm very proud to be here. And first of all, I'd like to thank the Silver Company and FEDORA for awarding us this, and especially also the jury, because I think they chose probably the most risky project and the most special opera project ever, because it's, as Brigitte said, it's a challenging thing, because we're going to have a long period The Here and There is a longer project because we will work with different cities. We have a lot of partners in Europe, and Untold is one of the projects. We didn't mention Rajiv, but Rajiv Bagambali is the brain behind the Here and There, and I'm going to give him the words to say a little word about Here and There.
Thank you. So I didn't prepare anything, so sorry. I had no papers with me. So I just had one thing in mind when I saw all these beautiful people talking today and accepting all these prizes. And the thing is that I'm very proud to see where this art form is evolving to. I'm very grateful for all the different communities who are opening up for the art form and the bridges that we can build between different cultures. So very grateful, thank you all, and let's keep on evolving together.
And just to add to that, thank you obviously to FEDORA, to the Silver Company. I also want to say a massive, massive thank you to Guy for trusting in us and trusting in this project, in believing in the potential that we have, in believing in the importance and the necessity, I guess, of celebrating transnational experiences, the good, the bad, and the ugly. The last thing I want to say is just thank you to the Untold team. I know you're watching online right now. You inspire me every day. We're in rehearsal, and I cannot wait to premiere with you this spring at Bruges. Thanks very much.
I want to say a special thank you to Julia Cheng. She's part of our team. She couldn't be here, but she's the director of the Untold. So the Here and There is a larger project which we will develop with the different partners. We have a lot, as I mentioned, and I want to thank all of these as well. And Untold is premiering as one of the first projects in April already in Bruges, and come to our festival and then tour around Europe. And you're very welcome to come and see it. Thank you very much again.
Congratulations again to all winning teams for inspiring us with your very, very innovative, bold and risk-taking work. We cannot wait to see your projects come to life, and it was a huge pleasure to accompany these projects already since a year and to see them actually be realized in the future. I would like to thank all of you here today for coming. We have people from 20 countries all over Europe who are here to celebrate the winners. You are a fundamental part of the FEDORA journey over the last decade, and we are very certain to have you on our side for the next decade to come. I'm counting on you. A very warm thank you again to the European Commission, to Creative Europe, to all the prize sponsors, the expert partners, the jury chairs, jury members who are with us also today. This would also not be possible thanks to the co-funding of our individual members, and I would like to especially thank our founding members who've been believing in us since the very beginning. Gianmarco Monselato is with us, Madame Meyer, who unfortunately cannot be with us, and also you, Stefan, who support us in this endeavor, and Professor Michele Dicchisa, who is also a generous supporter of the event today. Of course, all our individual members who support us on an annual basis, and our corporate members, very important, who are with us, Secutix, MangoPay, AVL, Drooms, Variation Internationale, our amazing pro bono partner, Bird & Bird. A special thanks again to our hosts for making this happen and host us in Paris at this wonderful opera house. To all the board members, a special thanks for the trust and the wonderful collaboration. And this all could not be possible without the wonderful work behind the scenes of the entire FEDORA management team. Thank you so much.